Hey, what's up, Josh?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just feeling a little under the weather, but that's okay. I can turn it on like that. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, good. We need you to turn it on. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start this by asking you a question. When you were single, did you have a lucky jacket or a lucky shirt?
Which time? Yes. Yes, I thought I did. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you thought, but there was a reason. So my question is, why did you consider the shirt? You don't have to give us details. We don't want it.
No,
Why
it's
was the
probably
shirt or jacket most
I
important?
just felt good. Like I looked good in it. You know what I mean? I felt confident in it. I like where
Yeah.
you're going with this, by the way, because
I think you're holding back though.
no, I'm not really.
All right, the word lucky was in the sentence, dude.
Yeah, but that isn't really. That was. Oh, it got me business. For our website segue. Is that what you want?
No, you're dead on though. Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so like you said for confidence, I actually have that in my notes, right?
Yeah.
So it makes you confident. You think you look good in it. It's your brand personality. You feel like it is representing you in the manner you want to be represented, right?
Yep.
Everybody else might have thought like, hey, there's a dweeb, but you're thinking
Yes. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
cool, right? So Josh, the point is, you had a shirt and it represented the Josh brand in the way that you wanted to be represented, right?
Yeah. I was actually more about ripped up jeans and strategic holes, but that was like a much.
But whatever, that's
Yeah.
the point. So now let's talk about websites because that's what we're going to talk about today. And there's something odd about websites. They've taken the back burner. Like all of a sudden they're not, the sexy topic. And the reason, my take is, there's a billion different things to do with social media, right? People are implementing different kinds of software, anything from, texting and AI chat and, social posts, blog posts. But you know what? Your website, that's your lucky shirt. That's what's representing you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And, I just like to point out that like a typical contractor, I feel the same way. The plumber whose plumbing doesn't work, I feel the same way about our website right now, to be honest with you. Says a bunch of stuff, but people have the attention span of a gnat. And that's what really happened. Websites became like this housing for your diatribe about your company. It's like a library book about your company. And that's what happened, because again, one of the things you always talk about is people don't think about like what's the goal of their website. They don't think about that stuff. They just go, oh, I'm going to put everything up there. And half the time I get to somebody's page and I'm like, what do you do? I can't tell from your homepage what you do. And I'm gone.
So you brought up two good points, right? You said library book.
Yeah.
And that it's that websites say it's everything that they possibly do, right? So what do you do? How do you get around that?
Yeah, well, you got to decide. You got to pick a goal. What's the goal of your website? And it's specific to your business model. Like,
Tell me some goals.
Are you a lead generator? Is that your goal? Is it to lead generate? Is it to be educational? Is it to get more than just lead generation? Is it for sales? Is it like actually the place where your shopping cart is? Mm-hmm. Is it just informative? Is that, is it something you just want people to do that? Some people it's customer service. Some people it's like, they just have it up there to like products. There's a lot of products at the website. The whole point is to like, here's our instruction manuals. Here's our warranty. Here's our, please don't call us. We don't want to talk to you. Here's where you can get all the answers. And you know what? People don't want to call and wait online on a hold either. So it can be a service. But my thing is, I'm always thinking about lead generation. And that's where I think a lot of websites people just went, I don't want to rebuild my website. I'll just make a landing page. And I'll just do a landing page for lead generation. I'll just build a sales funnel for a sale. And all of those things can be housed within your website, but they're all good.
But what happened is, what you said is, the websites get pushed further and further back.
Yes. Guess who's done that? Me, myself, and I, and our entire team. Yeah. It's like we've done that. We're guilty of that. We're fixing that. but that's
we do have. It's a real thing now. It's a project with a deadline.
But what's funny about it is, we go into our clients and tell them not to do what we've done. So again, it's the best teacher. It makes you wise. It's the wisdom, wise roots. No, but it's,
and I would imagine things are cyclic, right? So geofencing, right, comes up. We're doing a lot of work with geofencing. So, and then the next thing comes up. We're doing a lot of work with like social posts, like chunks, like 90 days, 6 months at a time. We're doing a lot of work with that. And then it's like, hey, has anybody seen the website?
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. And it's like, it's funny when business is good, no one thinks about their website. They just don't. And it could be another great source.
That's the problem.
Yeah. It's
So we're going to go back to goals. So when you, Josh, because you talk to a lot, you're more customer facing than I am. When you ask them like, hey, what's the goal of your website? What's the answer that you get or don't get?
Usually just don't get an answer. Like really don't get an answer. We have one a client we're working on right now, and when I think their website would be a lead generator. They literally it's just like a billboard. It's just there for our sales guys to point at, because they believe in boots on the ground. They have people like going door to door and selling. And they just, for the business card to have a place, and you get there if you want to read a little bit, but they're closing with their relationship. So they don't really care. The only reason they contact us about the website is because the owner said, hey, this thing's really old. It doesn't work on my iPad. So they're updating it. That's it.
So that's conceptually, a lot of people, what they do is they pay attention to the last leg in the funnel. What was the last action?
Yeah.
Oh, they called me because they saw a social post. So they'll focus on the social post. But having your website and other things make that social post valid, or it gives you some credibility, or it's built you up there. You know, it's been a while, but you know the stats of when you do display ads, right? There's not many click-throughs on a display ad, and 50% of click-throughs on a display ad are by accident, right? However, if you do a lot of display ads, other things work better because you're searching through your news and you're seeing, Spacely Sprockets. So then when you do go and see a social post, or you're engaging on something social, well, you already have some familiarity with it, and you're moving ahead. So the point is, your website is early in the funnel, and because it's not always associated with the actual conversion to a sale or a lead, we give it less thought.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Well, what I used to like is people would come in and they would say, I saw, I heard someone on the radio, mentioned you guys or something, and that's what it was. It's like, but then I closed you. The sale was closed by a salesperson. If you would have walked in and it wasn't what they were expecting, that's how a website is. A website's your brand and your face. They may never come see you or do business with you because they don't like something on your website, and you don't think of that.
No, you don't. Yeah. So we'll go back to the brand. What is your brand personality?
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer me. That was rhetorical. Yeah. But when you're talking to a
client, it's totally disco.
That would actually be, I think, a nice personality to see on a website.
Yeah.
Fun and upbeat. Yeah. But the thing is different types of businesses, they need to put some thought into this. And specifically, you and I have worked a lot with recovery, the government program, the ERC program, Recovery Startup.
Yep.
Right. So here you have a government program. So it's a factual legal thing from the government where they give money back. But there's a lot of companies out there that are a bit shady that help facilitate doing this with you. And then of course the company we work with is awesome, relentless. But there's a lot of companies that are legit with this. But the websites, when you do it, it's like you have to realize that, beforehand. Like, there's going to be some credibility challenges here. Am I addressing those? Am I disarming?
Yeah.
And
that's a great
I don't
point.
see that. Actually, I used to see it. I used to have these conversations a lot. But like I started out, I feel like everything website related has become secondary, or what's the tertiary, right? That's the third thing. And so what we want to do, bring that lucky shirt back.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make a difference in your...
It's lucky pants. It's the brotherhood of the traveling ripped up jeans.
You know, we talk about Zoho has all the different apps, right? They have like 50 apps. Maybe what we should do is treat our services like an app, and we'll call our web design Lucky Shirt.
Lucky Shirt. That's good.
Lucky
I like
Shirt.
it. And you know what we'll do? We'll build a landing page to get leads.
And then we'll forget about the damn website. Anyway, so Josh, my whole point of this is, dude, we gotta put an effort into ours, and we have to start talking to our clients about their website, because we're like, we know everybody has a fixed budget, right?
Yeah.
There's a limited amount of money, and we know that we could do like geofencing has been super popular, right? I mean, super impactful. We can do that. So what we do is we go and we're like, hey, let's spend some of your money on ad roll related ads and geofencing, and maybe, a drip campaign. We know, boom, boom, boom. We can get you leads. And the website, yeah, we're kind of putting that in the back burner. So
there's so many of my clients, I just look at their website and go, yeah, I don't even, I can tell you this, and it's because I know it's like, I'm looking for those shots of adrenaline, like to get.
Yes, that's
like,
a good way to put it.
And it's like, because I'm trying to get in bed with you, it's like, there's something weird about this, not the Cosby way. I mean, like, I'm trying to, if I give their business a shot in the arm, then all of a sudden they're like, hey, what else do you have? What other secret sauce do you have? And then I go, by the way, your website sucks. My sister built that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's, dude, I'm not kidding. I just had a client, very large client, multi-million-dollar business. And when I said, yeah, your website could use an update. Well, yeah, but I'd have to talk. My sister designed it. I'm like, is your sister? And
I have to have Thanksgiving dinner with her.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is going to go poorly.
But your comment, a shot of adrenaline, that's it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
So we can meet somebody, we can make a difference for them, but we're scared, like, well, we don't want to take money where they don't see an immediate, shot of adrenaline. So we shy away from the website. But I think what we're doing is a long-term, we're not serving them as well as we can. And I think websites need to make a comeback. So that's
they're coming. Websites are coming back.
Websites are coming back.
Well, it's funny, I really am. I know Web3's here and it's coming. You've been talking about playing with your kids, Oculus 2 and like all this stuff. Web3 is coming. It's going to be here, and your websites are going to be virtual stores where you walk in and you make your decisions, and it's immersive and all that stuff. So start thinking that way, and in the 2D realm where we can work on them, start thinking that way, because it's soon.
And Josh, before we cut out, Josh, can you start thinking about our website?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can't keep preaching to everybody and not do it ourselves.
Yeah, we can, because that's what plumbers do, and that's what contractors do.
Yeah, but plumbers and contractors, they don't get back to you. We don't want to do that.
Yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll fix it. But yeah, yours will look pretty. Ours is.
Hold on, the lines are ringing from plumbers and contractors.
Yeah.
I really don't have any lines over here.
By the way, most of their websites are terrible.
Yeah. And, that's a good point, because we have some notes about personality and style. If you have a brand personality, right, this is the time to do it, because it stems from your website. That would be the top tier, the high level. When you do it and you develop that, it makes your social posts, it makes your blog posts, it makes it easier because you're speaking in that voice.
Yeah.
You have that. It reminds me back in the day when I got my bachelor's, I took a lot of writing classes, right? And one of them is screenplay writing. And so what the instruction was is, from the beginning class to the end of the class, we had to have a screenplay. But for months, all we were forced to do was to write stories about the characters that weren't going to be in the play. We just had to create this depth of characters. And so when you actually did the dialogue, well, it was kind of easy, because you had this, you know what he's going to say. It felt like a close friend at that point. And so if you do that with your website, if you develop a personality, it makes everything else easier to write. It's more personable, and it's something that's more conversational and that people will relate to.
That's so funny you said that. I never knew that was a thing in writing like that, where for screenplays, until I saw the guy from White Lotus explain why the character dies. Spoiler alert. Why the character dies at the
You're supposed to say spoiler alert before you say this.
Dies at the end of the. I said the character. I didn't say who. Dies at the end of the second episode, and he goes, "It's just how it would happen," and just I could see the character doing that and all this stuff because he was so immersed in what the character, the personality of the character. I just think they just write and go. And you're right. You have to build that character first. That really changes. Yeah. I never thought of that.
And you can see when they don't, like a lot of like some of these shows and TV, I mean, the writing is so lazy that you can tell they're just making up. It's like, well, that character was super sensitive. Now all of a sudden they're super aggressive, right?
Yeah.
But when you have that depth of background, it does make it easier because you know what it would say. And so anyway, that's what we're saying. So give us a call and let's talk about your website and your lucky shirt.
And your upcoming screenplay and your character development.
Josh, if somebody called me to talk about a screenplay, I would probably be like, oh, wait, let me get a coffee. Let's hear it. I mean, totally into it. Yeah. So call us about your website or screenplay.
Yeah.
Play. All right, cool.
There's this wizard and this bartender, and they walk into a mosque.
Oh, all right. I'm already in. Yeah. Did you write a background about the bar?
Merlin, Norm from Cheers, and...
No, now you're just stealing stuff.
That's the backstory.
Okay, so no White Lotus writing for you, but
no.
Thanks, Josh. That was great.